All right, welcome back, everyone. Just got more Austrians, Habsburg troops for War of Spanish Succession, Great Turkish War era, Baroque period. I think that's a more elegant way of putting it. Uh, so this brigade is technically complete. I have to find the other bases that I did before, last year. They're in storage somewhere. I'm not sure where they are, but I'm going through everything that was put away, and I also have the terrain. I unpacked some of the terrain, and I started to clean off the gaming table. So I will be able to do some gaming videos. Probably just doing some Pikeman's Lament, just because I like I like those rules, and I like doing the Habsburg Turkish battles. So on the channel, because there's really not much of it on YouTube wargaming wise. And yeah, so I finished the command base for these guys. Just did three. Decided to just put the three main figures on it. The banner, which I'll print off with some cardstock and glue on there. I've got a file on the computer with some Austrian and some Ottoman banners that I just keep. And then I got the drummer and the officer, and then the rest of the infantry. And I think and thanks everyone for all the nice comments in the last video, because I was getting a little too perfectionistic with my painting. Um, and I also remembered some important, like basic stuff with the speed painting that was really slowing me down. Like, and I'll just discuss it quickly for people that don't know. It's a really basic thing of, like when you've got belts and stuff and you're trying to paint like the main color on their jacket, which in this case is like a light gray, dark off white, to just paint over the belts and stuff, because you can cover that up, especially with a white. You can just paint that over with the brown and whatever else you need to put on there, um, and then finish off the details. Um, and So I think part of the challenge of this project was just, I think when you get a new kind of miniature, even when even when you painted a lot of different stuff, it takes some. Oh, the flash turned off. Uh, it takes some time to really settle into that kind of painting. I know, like I think a lot of people in this hobby start with like Space Marines, and Space Marines are pretty easy. Let's be honest, it's plate armor, smooth surfaces, especially with the new, tactical Primaris ones. And then you've got this kind of thing, which is a lot more challenging in general. And there's just a few more details. And then that's true of a lot of historical miniatures, World War II, black powder era like this. So, just one of those things. And then in terms of what I got next, so this is a full brigade that I've got assembled. And I've got this. Oh, where'd he go? I actually remember to glue the swords onto these guys, which I just didn't really notice the first time around, I think. Um, and I made also like this. I guess he's like a sergeant or like a lance corporal or something. Uh, just thought he'd be a nice little addition to the base. It's a nice extra character, which they give you in these in this kit enough to do the and I just related to that. My only small criticism of this box set from Warlord, which is the Marlborian Starter Army, is I wish they would have had like maybe two enough to make two brigades like in a firing pose and then two brigades in a marching pose. Not a big deal, because honestly I'm just grateful it exists to begin with, because this is a pretty niche period, and I think especially in America, more so than Britain, because obviously there's the Duke of Marlborough and the War of the Grand Alliance, I think is more well known there. Um, But anyway, just a small point of criticism. Uh, but there are other ranges for this period, so if you're interested, I highly recommend checking out Warfare Miniatures USA, because I've ordered some of their Ottoman figures, and they're really fantastic. And they have, for their European ranges, they have a lot of different poses and variety, metal, white metal, and they also, that's also uh, the same company, uh, the League of Augsburg blog and company that does the Beneath the Lily Banners rules, which I would really like to try. Just haven't gotten a chance to buy the rule book yet. Um, and right now, it looks like I probably won't be able to um, be buying much stuff hobby wise, um, just because I don't really have much money to spend on important things right now, unfortunately, in my real life. But I've got plenty of hobby stuff left over that I haven't finished, and it's probably good for me anyway to finish some of the stuff that I bought. And I can just show the rest of the box real quick. So I've got plenty to do with this. So 96 infantry, 12 cavalry, 3 artillery pieces, and 3 mounted officers, which I've assembled and primed one of them. And the nice thing about this period is the uniform cut was pretty similar for most nations. So, you don't need to worry about getting the British Marlborian infantry or the French. The uniforms are more or less the same. And, you can just sort of pick, paint them up however you want, which is really nice. So I've got plenty to do here. So that's what I've got painting wise, and I've got the Flames of War stuff off camera. I am going to keep working on that, but those figures, it's really small and they kind of drive me crazy. I think after I get the British stuff I have painted done, that's probably going to be the last Flames of War. Famous last words, I guess, but it's probably going to be the last Flames of War stuff I buy for a really long time. I do really like the game, and I do like the final product when I finish those figures, but they're just really, really a pain for me to paint. Whereas these, I think I was able to settle into a good rhythm finally. Remember some of those speed painting techniques that I had forgotten. Just that really basic one of not worrying about painting over stuff. And now I'm sort of settling into these and able to turn them out in a reasonable amount of time, especially because, and also there's really not that many colors that go on to these guys. So, and I could take other shortcuts like, making the belts black too. So, it's one less color, but I prefer the brown belts because it's what I saw in these illustrations. So anyway, I hope you liked the video, and I'm gonna keep posting and keep painting and hopefully get some games up on the channel soon. And I'll talk to you all next one.